Hi friends, welcome back. It is Tuesday, January 30th. I cannot believe we were almost at the end of the month already. Seems crazy. We're gonna get dinner started. I need a quick and easy dinner tonight. I already pulled out my ground beef last night and went ahead and got it browned on the stove. I added in some of the Regiment Real Salt taco seasoning and just made sure it was cooked and delicious and perfect with our taco seasoning. We're going to be having tacos, maybe burrito bowls if people would rather have their food in a bowl, which sometimes I prefer that, but it's all about flavor, nutrition, and easy and fast. So I also have my black beans here with the Instant Pot. I'm gonna go ahead and get some black beans cooked. The whole goal here is to have our meat, our beans, some veggies, salsa, sour cream, cheese, guac. We're gonna do a couple of different smorgasbord type things here with our burrito bowls or our tacos. So I'm gonna get the black beans going. I usually do them at high pressure for about 20 to 23 minutes and let them just naturally release, drain, rinse, and then they can go in the refrigerator when you're done until it's time to eat. I also have some half of an onion and some peppers that I took out of the freezer. We grew a lot of beautiful sweet peppers last year in the garden, and I sliced and froze as many as I could because having fresh peppers in the dead of winter, I just don't want to purchase them at the store regardless of the pantry challenge because they're often shipped from faraway countries, and I would much rather be able to grow them and use them throughout the winter from our garden. So I'm gonna get these in the skillet with a little bit of bacon fat and get them sauteed. When I'm adding water to cook beans, I'm really only adding enough water to cover the beans by about 1 inch. Okay, it is 10 after 6 on Tuesday night. It's time to get dinner going. So in true kind of transparency, you may figure it out. When I cooked the beef, the ground beef, sauteed my onions and peppers and cooked the black beans in the Instant Pot, that was actually yesterday, which was Monday. I did yesterday's dinner and then I started on tonight's dinner. And the reason was because I knew I was gonna be fully kind of just unavailable today. I had a colonoscopy today, very routine. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. I'm at the age where I had to have one, and so I hadn't eaten since Sunday night. So I couldn't eat yesterday, and I was making all this food. And I knew today I was not gonna wanna, wasn't gonna wanna do anything. So I'm rested, I have eaten since, but now I'm gonna get everything ready. So I share that because we're all human, but also because there are days where you are just going to be unavailable, incapacitated, whatever the case is, and you're not gonna be able to really put dinner on the table. It doesn't mean that, maybe it means that's a night you take off and your family goes and feeds themselves outside the house. Or maybe you just put a little extra effort in when you do have the time and energy to get something done. So I've got all of the ingredients here on the counter. They're all at swim practice and they're gonna be home soon, but we've got sour cream, home canned salsa. These are the onions and peppers we sauteed, the black beans, the taco meat, and then I did have a box here of blue taco shells. There's only 2, 4, 6, 8. So it actually very well may be plenty. And we get these from Azure. These are Stacy's Organic. I love these because they're great for breakfast burritos and quesadillas. This is the big whole wheat flour tortillas. I buy them in a case of 3. So when I do, I get 3 of these at a time. I don't know how, 8 tortillas in each bag. I'm down to 3 left. This is my last one, so I need to get this in my next order. But I took 3 out. They're over there on the counter. You don't really have to thaw them too much in advance. I'm just gonna let them sit, and I'm gonna get some cheese shredded, and I'm gonna make some black bean quesadillas because my daughter likes quesadillas, and it's an easy school lunch for tomorrow. Got some avocados. I'm gonna try to quickly put together a guacamole again before they come home. And so when they come home, it's just kind of like free for all, pick and put on your plate what you want. You want your dinner? Ah! Now 2 are broken. So I don't buy the packets. And probably this will be any surprise to you, but I don't buy the packets of spice mixes. So what does that include? That includes taco seasoning. I actually use the Redmond real salt taco seasoning. But even before I had that, I still didn't buy the packets because they're just loaded with, well, unnecessary sodium, as well as all kinds of other gunk. Now, it's possible to probably find some decent ones, but it's also really doable to make your own at home, which is what I normally do. I don't go all scientific and exact with it. I'm more about just throw it in, you know, a little not handful, like a pinch full at a time. Salt, pepper, cumin, ground cumin, ground coriander, onion granules, garlic powder, maybe a little crushed red pepper if I want some heat. That's about it. But you'll find that just by kind of using the spices you have in your cabinet, you can really come up with just about anything. But I'm gonna add a little salt and ground coriander, a little garlic and onion. We like our guacamole a little chunky, so I'm not gonna kind of press this too much, but I'm just gonna add in some ground coriander. I had to smell that quick to make sure it was coriander, onion granules, and garlic powder. Now, I didn't make the guacamole yesterday, and the reason is because no matter how much acid I add to it, whether it's the lemon juice or lime juice or even powdered citric acid, my guacamole turns brown over time. It just oxidizes, which is what it's supposed to do. It's just a normal reaction, but it's not appetizing, doesn't look good, right? And so that's why I waited until right now to make guacamole, but that is done. Dinner is on the table or on the counter. They will come in, feast themselves, gorge themselves, no doubt. And we succeeded for another day. Stay healthy, stay well. Bon appetit. Bye-bye.